Out of this whole cast of characters, one of them in specific managed to get a rework. When they reworked them, they made this monstrosity. It'd be really cool if we got this rework on some of these other characters who have signatures that just don't affect their kit at all, that don't benefit them in any way, shape, or form, and can maybe breathe life into a character that's unplayed or lacking in certain departments. On Ada, she has like the worst blaster kit in the game. And in my opinion, I think it's worse than the worst blaster kit. I think she has the worst Sig kit in the game on like one singular weapon. Her spear is pretty good, but all of her blaster Sigs hit the exact same spot basically on stage. So you're not really gaining much from, you know, using them. So side Sig is just the best one. And side Sig is an actually pretty good Sig, but because she has like other Sigs that don't really do anything, it's like it kind of makes the signature worse than it already is. So I think they should remove this one and give us a new Ada Sig, because the N Sig actually has, what's it called, some utility, but it's just, you know, not much. But the blaster one is like you go backwards, but you're more punishable anyways. Like you go backwards, which is cool and all, but it's like you're in way more end lag, the signature's way less good. It's like, why in the world would you even like choose to use that one instead? It's literally probably comes down to the smallest of like pixel differences. Like they all hit different areas, but it's like they all barely hit different areas, you know? It's not like enough for it to be like, oh, well, this is my anti-air. You don't have a diagonal on this character off your flippin' Sigs. So, I mean, it'd be cool if D-Sig did a diagonal, because we don't really have very many of those. But, yeah. And then, Fate's orb's fine. Like, I'm 100% fine with that. I don't think she as a character needs it as much as Ada does, but yeah. So, Fate's problem is her D-Sig is terrible. You're like getting punished for throwing this out. I think this is probably the worst Sig in the game right now. I think Ada just has the problem from no utility on her Sigs. I think Fate still has some utility from the fact you can charge up her side Sig, and then her end Sig. It does. Her end Sig I also think should get a little bit of a tweak. I think it should be a little more active throughout the whole hitbox, because right now the only thing that's... everything lasts for like 1 or 2 frames, which is like barely anything in the grand scheme of things. But I need this guy to kill me, low-key. So I mean, I think that one should be a little more active. Maybe make the hitbox a little bigger instead, one or the other. But it's like super inconsistent. The hitbox is mostly only good at the top, but then it's kind of like a worse Nyx and Sig. I don't know. And then we have Dusk. This one you guys probably already know about. The flippin' Dusk D-Sig. I've seen some people actually go pretty crazy with this one, so I actually think Dusk is probably the character who needs it the least. Because I actually think his Sig kit's really good. Because you got Side Sig, which is really good on Spear. Covers a nice area that normally doesn't. And End Sig, which is right above him. And it doesn't cover the same area as Down Lane. So, if somebody's above you, you can End Sig. If somebody's above and diagonal from you, you can Down Lane. If somebody's in front of you, you can Side Sig, you know? So you have kill confirms from like everywhere around you. It's like a giant circle.